Math lesson 34. So this is, we're kind of taking a little bit of a break from fractions, but what we're going to be learning will help us go back and do another part of fractions, learn another part of fractions that we haven't done yet. So this will all be really cool. So remember when we are multiplying, when we have, I'll just make it a simple multiplication, 2 times 3 equals 6. Remember when we named our digits in a multiplication problem, the numbers we multiply together are called factors. Factor, factor. And then the answer is called the product. So today we are going to learn factoring. All right, so go ahead and get your books out and open your books to page 61. Put your name and date at the top and tear page 61 and 62 out. You can pause the video while you do that. All right, so you can see at the top, or in the box there, factoring, and we're talking about factor pairs. So if we want to find the factor pairs of 20, you can do it one of two ways. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing it the first way that I'm telling you, then I have another way that I can show you that you will be like, oh, seriously, this is heaven. But let me show you the first way in case you can do it that way, because I feel like it is a little bit less time consuming to do it the first way. So what you would do is you would think, what are the numbers, or the numbers that I can multiply together to equal 20? Well, we know that 1 is a factor for every number, right? 1 times 20 is 20. 20 is an even number, so every even number is divisible by 2, right? So 2 would be a factor. 2 times 10 is 20. There's one more set of factor pairs. Who can think what it is? Very good. 4 times 5 is 20. So these are our factors for 20. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Now if you say, oh, Ms. McDermott, I couldn't think about it that way. I couldn't do it that way. Look in your book, in the box, and you will see a factoring chart. So on the factoring chart, you will see numbers going down the side, the bold numbers. You will see numbers going across the top, the bold numbers. And then in the box, you will see boxes that are just numbered. Just numbered. So what I'm going to explain to you how they're numbered, okay? So in the first box going across the top, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be as if you were using 1 as a factor, okay? In the next box going across, you see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. What did they do there? They were counting by 2s. In the next box with 3s, they're counting by 3s. In the next box with 4s, they're counting by 4s. And then if you look at and it goes like that all the way down. The last box is 12. They're counting by 12s in those boxes. Then if you look at the top and you go down, again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They counted by 1s going down. In the next box across the top, they counted by 2s going down and by 3s going down, then by 4s going down. They did that all the way out to 12. So if we were wanting to find the factors for 20, we would look in our box and we would circle every box that had a 20 in it. See, that's what I'm saying, it could be time consuming. So you circle every box that has a 20 in it. So if you look, just go through each and every box. Find one that has a 20 in it and you would circle it. So the first one that I have come up with is in the row of 4s going across. I see a 20. Did y'all see it? Oh, but I see one up there in the 2s. 2 going across, I see a 20. So let's start with that one. So y'all see the 20 in the 2s? So how you would find your factors is you would trace your factor or your finger all the way out to the bold line going across, and you have a 2, and then you go back to your 20, and you trace your factor going up to the top, going across at the top, and you have a 10. So 2 and 10 is a factor. Look in, and we just know that 1 is a factor of any number, 1 and then that number, so 1 times 20. And then look at your 4s and go across and find your 20, okay? So going back across, we know that one factor is 4. Following our 20 up, we know that the other factor is 5. So that is how you would use your factoring chart. You have to always remember 1 is always a factor, and then that number is the other factor, and then 2 times 10, and then 4 times 5. So that is how you would do your factoring. So let's look at section number 1. Complete the pairs of factors that form these products. So we have 9. So we have 1 times 9, of course, equals 9, and 3 times 3. So 1, 3, and 9 are factors of 9. Look at letter B. We have 15. So we have 1 times 15, and then we have 3 times 5. So our factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. Look at section C. We have 18. So it says 1 times 18, and then it says 2 times 9, and 3 times 6. Very good. So our factors are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And then look at letter D. We have 7. Our factors for 7 are 1 times 7, just 1 and 7. Letter E, we have 25. So we have 1 times 25 and 5 times 5. So 1, 5, and 25 are our factors for 25. Letter F, we have 12. So we have 1 times 12. It's an even number, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. So our factors for 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All right, so go ahead and look at page 62. So on 62, here, you're going to list the different factors, okay? So you can list your factors using your factor chart, or you can list your factors just thinking of the numbers that we multiply to get those numbers. Actually, it says use the pairs of factors in exercise 1. So use exercise 1. In exercise 1, we had 1 times 9, 3 times 3. So if you notice when they listed the factors, they didn't list 3 2 times because that's repetitive. So they just listed 1, 3, and 9. And they got that from 1A. Look at 2B, you have 15. They want you to list your factors. And guys, when we list factors, most times we do, not most times, but we list them in numerical order from least to greatest. So factors of 15, we come back and we look at letter B. We have 1, 3, 5, and 15. So that is what we will list on the line, okay? And so then, so section 2 is literally just copying what you have in section 3 without the times sign. Section 3, you're going to write the products for which these are the pairs of factors for. So you have 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Those are factors for what number? 16. Good job. And you'll do that for all of section 3. Section 4, you'll list all the factors for these numbers in numerical order. Use the factoring chart if necessary. So factors for 8. Oh, and look guys, when it's like that, this is how Ms. McDermott does it. So I don't have to use the factoring chart because it does take a long time. Especially if they're giving me how many digits I'm going to need. I say 1 times 8 because they have to be in numerical order. And then 8 is an even number, so we know it's 2 is divisible. 2 times 4. So that would be our factors for 8. I just go ahead and write them on opposite lines until they meet together. Like if it were 12, I would do 1 times 12. It's even. 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. I just write them, in opposite numbers until they come together for the last 2. All right? So then section 5, you're going to cross out the number that is not a factor. So that'll be a nice thinking one. I want you to go ahead and look at section 6. In section 6, I'm going to do letter A and C on the board with you. So we have 615. Let me go ahead. I'm not sure how far down. Guys, I don't have my new videoing room set up yet. We've been doing all kinds of renovations in the house, and I cannot wait to get that room done. All right, so here we go. So we have 615. Y'all see my board wobbling? Divided by 17. We look at our second digit. It's 5 or above, so we add 1 to our first digit. Our pretend divisor will be 2. So how many times will 2 go into 6? It'll go in there 3 times. But we go back to our real divisor. Can 17 go into 6? No, so we put our 3 above our 1 because 17 can go into 61. We multiply, 7 times 3 is 21. Put 1 down, carry our 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. We subtract, 1 minus 1 is 0. 6 minus 5 is 1. Is 10 smaller than 17? It is, so we bring down our next digit, which is a 5. How many times, go back to our pretend divisor, will 2 go into 10? It'll go in there 5 times. Put our 5 at the top. 7 times 5 is 35. Put 5 down, carry our 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. We subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. We can't say 0 minus 8. Borrow from the 1, make it 0. Now we have 10 minus 8 is 2. We compare. Is 20 smaller than our divisor 17? No, it is not. So we did not use a big enough digit up there. So instead of 5, we have to say 6. Get everything back to normal. You should have 105 under here when you subtracted 615 minus 51 and brought down. Okay, and our 6 is going to go above the 5. 7 times 6 is 42. Put 2 down, carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. We subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. Is 3 smaller than our divisor? It is, and they're telling us to write our remainder as a fraction. So our remainder becomes our numerator, and our down, 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 denominator, divisor, our divisor becomes the denominator. 36 and 3/17. And then look at letter C. We'll do that one together. We have 506 divided by 15. We look at our second digit again. It's 5 or above. So we add 1 to our first digit. So our pretend divisor is going to be 2 again. How many times will 2 go into 5? 2 times 2 is 4. But I'm thinking we're going to be able to say 3 because this is like just right up into rounding. So let's go ahead and try 3. Well, because I know that 15 times 3 is 45. 15 and 15 is 30 plus 15 more is 45. So it will definitely be 3. So put your 3 above your 0. 5 times 3 is 15. Put 5 down, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus our 1 we carried is 4. We subtract. We can't say 0 minus 5, or 0 minus 5. Yes, borrow from your 5 and make it a 4. 10 minus 5 is 5. Is 5 smaller than your divisor 15? It is. Bring down your next digit, which is a 6. How many times will 2 go into 5? It'll go in there 3 times again. 5 times 3 is 15. Put 5 down, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus that 1 we carried is 4 again. It didn't change. 6 minus 5 is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. Is 11 smaller than our divisor? It is. Is there anything else to bring down? There is not. So 11 is our numerator, and 15 is our denominator. So our quotient is 33 and 11/15. So for today, you are going to go ahead and complete all of page 61 and 62. You will need to place that in your folder if you are a remote student. If you are hybrid working from home, place that in your red folder. All right?